Hey folks, it's Mr. Curtis, and today we're going to be looking at line 80, primarily for rhythm, because the rhythms demonstrated in line 80 are going to pop up a lot more in your music as well as throughout the assignments for the remainder of the week. So let's talk about that weird looking rhythm. It's got an eighth note and a 16th note, but the eighth note has a dot on it. So let's kind of break that down. So first of all, that's just a more simplified way of writing an eighth note and then a 16th note. Like if we take the bar away, it looks like that. But what we're really doing is we're beaming them together, like we're connecting those flags to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. So you'll see we have a dotted eighth note all by its lonesome because it's only connected to one beam. And then this is a 16th note because it has two beams. And this is like a little partial beam here underneath to show that it's a 16th note. Okay, so whenever we get a new dotted rhythm, we have to go through like the dot equation. So we have a dotted eighth note, solo flag right there. But really, that's an eighth note plus the dot. So now we need to figure out, what does that dot represent? Well, a dot is one note lower on the note tree. So if we go whole, half, quarter, eighths, that's what the dot is attached to. So the next rhythm down is going to be what we're attaching here, is a 16th note, right? Eighths, 16ths are the next lower. So really, instead of an eighth note plus a dot, it's an eighth note plus a 16th note. So we know an eighth note, because there's two of them in a beat, is worth half a beat. So that's one half. We know a 16th note, because there's four of them in a beat, a singular 16th note is worth a quarter beat. So functionally, what this is, if you equate all the fractions and all that, is that a dotted eighth note is worth 3/4 of a beat. Now that's just from a math perspective, but here's how to actually apply it, okay? So if we take your basic 16th note rhythm, right? 1T, te, ta, and we're comparing it to this dotted 8/16th rhythm. Let's break it down. Like, where are these 16ths allocated? And I've lined this up top to bottom on purpose. So let me write the counting underneath. 1, T, te, and ta. So we know that that dotted eighth note is worth 3/4 of a beat. And it starts on 1, like it has to. We have no choice. So we got to circle 1. And I want you to do this in your book as well. Like circle the counting. Like they use 1E and a, but just pretend it says 1T, te, ta, or cross it out, write it in yourself. So we have 1, it starts on 1. And then, again, a dotted eighth note is worth 3/4 of a beat. So if each one of these syllables right here, so we have 1T, te, ta, are worth a quarter of a beat because there's 4 of them in a beat, here's 1/4. We got to hold through T, that's 2/4. We hold through te. That gives us 3/4 of a beat. That leaves ta all on its lonesome for that 16th note. So when you're looking at these rhythms, circling the counting, you'll end up getting this for this dotted 8th, 16th rhythm. Now, make sure you're looking at your book here. What that functionally means, right? Like I'm looking at line 80. Here's how I'm going to count that first measure. I'm going to set my metronome to 60. Boop. Here's just the first measure. There we go. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta, right? You got to keep that in your head. Here we go. Ready, and go. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta. Do that again. Ready, and go. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta. So you're clapping on the number, and you're clapping on ta at the end of it. So watch. 1T, te, ta. 1T, te, ta. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta. So if I take away the counting, it sounds like this. And I could keep doing that forever and ever, okay? So let's actually count and clap line 80 together. Good luck. And ready, and go now. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta, 1, te, 2, te. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta, 1, te. Repeat. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta, 1, te, 2, te. 1T, te, ta, 2T, te, ta, 1, te. Rest. Good. So all you need to send me is a video of you counting and clapping that rhythm. I recommend practicing pizzicatoing it. I also recommend practicing arcoing it on any string, any open note, just to get it under your bow, because we'll be using it throughout the rest of the week. And that is all she wrote. Good luck.